What is the first thing you need to do after you tie a crankbait on? Good morning, guys and girls. July 25, happy birthday to my son Jamie. That's right. Happy birthday to my son Jamie. July 25, 1970. July 25, 1970, I was fishing a BASS tournament in Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma. July 25, 1970 was 105 degrees. July 26, 1970, my beautiful Chris, just an incredibly beautiful young woman, looked like she stepped right out of Playboy magazine. I don't necessarily know what they look like when they're in Playboy magazine, but I just kind of figured that she probably looked like that. I knew what she looked like anyway. She brought that baby boy, one day old, over to Lake Eufaula to the weigh-in. He was born in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, which is only a couple hours away. And I was fishing a tournament. I went back to Tahlequah the day before and was there when he was born. And then the next day, my beautiful Chris brought my son, my first and only son, brought him to Lake Eufaula to his very first BASS tournament weigh-in. And he saw his dad finish, I believe, 7th in that tournament. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I finished 7th in that tournament. Did really well, I know that. Drew Pee Wee Wadsworth, the old pro, the first day. We went in my boat, but I'll tell you, he taught me a lot. He taught me a lot that day. We're reading from the Catch of the Day book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to the Catch a Better Life channel. Over 32,000, some of the greatest people in the world on there. You will meet new friends if you get on that channel. They'll pray with you. They'll encourage you. They will help you as you walk through this life. This book, this devotional, this word from God will make your life better. Catch a Better Life is what it's designed to do. Catch a Better Life is the name of the channel. Catch of the Day is the name of the book. Today we're looking at Isaiah 29:18. The prophet Isaiah, who God prophesied through and spoke through for 60 or 70 years. I mean, a long, long time. And he started out telling all the bad things that would happen. He told about Jesus Christ going to be born. And then he also told about the good things that God had created and God had set aside for us as this world went on. And you know, all the things that Isaiah prophesied back, and he wrote this thing like, I don't know exactly, 600 or 700 BC, before Christ. 600 or 700 years ahead of when Christ was born, he prophesied about Jesus Christ. He even told what his name and what he would be called and what he would do. Isaiah 29:18 says, at that time, the deaf will hear and the blind will see. The deaf will hear and the blind will see. And I might add, the crippled will walk again. Those that are lame will walk again. They will jump, they will run, they will leap, they will fly. They will fly. Here's what I wrote about that. Underwater rocks are some of the hottest bass holding structures that you can find. Underwater rocks. Once summertime hits, you can bet that bass will start heading to those rocks. Rocks are some of the very best places to fish right now. A great technique is a heavy roller jig that you can bounce on the rock pile. Create noise with that jig, hit those rocks, create that noise. That extra noise really helps the fish hone in on your bait. Helps them hone in on your bait. And as the thermocline changes, it gets deeper and deeper, the bass change and they get deeper and deeper as well. As we get older, anybody identify? As we get older, our ability to see and our ability to hear begins to weaken. We can't hear as well. I certainly can't hear as well. We can't see as well. Now, I've had a lot of work done to my eyes, so I do have 20/20 vision in one eye, 20/15, which is better than 20/20 in the other eye, but I have sort of bionic eyes. Isn't it comforting to know that this regression is only temporary? Our hard of hearing that gets worse all the time is only temporary. Our not being able to see as well is only temporary. And it will change in an instant when we die and we move on to our eternal reward with Jesus. It says right here, at that time, the deaf will hear. You can be completely deaf. You're going to hear perfectly. You might hear some things you don't want to hear. I don't know. Probably not in heaven. Probably everything you hear is going to be great. The blind will be able to see. The blind will be able to see. This old body and these old senses that we have wear out. But God has already designed a heavenly body for you and me, a perfect body, a perfect body. Some of you might have a perfect body already. I can tell you I don't. Not only for those of us who have used up this body, but listen to this, but for many whose eyes will see and whose ears will hear for the very first time. For the very first time. Unable to hear from birth. Unable to see from birth. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 years later, when they die and go to the home that Jesus has prepared for them, they will be able to see and hear for the very first time. There'll be no wheelchairs up there. There'll be no cripples in heaven. We ought to just go back and read through that devotion again. Watch this one more time. That's pretty good stuff right there. Here's our tip for today. Always check to make sure your crankbait is running straight. My question was, when you tie a crankbait on, what's the very first thing you should do? Throw it out there, make a good long cast with it, point your rod tip right at it, crank it pretty fast. Make sure that thing is tracking right straight back to you. It's tracking off to the left or to the right, or your right, my left, whatever. If it's tracking off one way or the other, you need to adjust that crankbait. Now, the crankbaits I use, Fish Lucky, Deep Smoothies, and they run perfectly straight pretty much every single time. It's hard to find one that doesn't run straight. But the first thing you do on any crankbait, throw it out there. So you might need to bend that eye a little bit one way or the other. You might need to take your pocket knife out and shade the bill. I'll do a tip here one day pretty quick and show you how to do 2 or 3 ways to make sure those crankbaits run right. Because a lot of us have got old crankbaits. I got some really old crankbaits, probably older than some of y'all are. And they still catch fish. They're still good fish catching baits. So you might take an old crankbait, and most of the old crankbaits don't run right. And so when you throw it out there, wind it back in pretty fast, make sure it runs right straight back to you, and adjust it and make it run straight if it didn't, because it needs to run straight in order for you to get all the depth out of it that you need. You need for it to run straight. Now you can actually adjust the crankbait and make it run one way or another, like if you're fishing around a boat dock. Throw it out there, and like where I am, you throw it out here and you make it go this way to run back up under that dock as it comes by. You can do that, and that works. So sometimes you want to intentionally make a crankbait one way or the other. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.